I have Gautam here today, and Gautam is my personal astrologer. Gautam's from Astroscience, and we're going to be talking specifically about your astrology and how it can give you a better understanding of whether or not you will do well as an entrepreneur. So if you're somebody who's trying to build a holistic business, or if you are thinking about leaving your regular 9 to 5 to start your own business, this video is going to give you lots of insight into what astrology can say about our purpose and our path with our work. And at the end of this video, it's actually going to show us what we can see in our own palms that can tell you about your career and entrepreneurship. And so I'm actually really excited about that because I have no idea what he's going to teach us. Gautam, welcome.
Sure.
Thank you for being here.
Hi, welcome one and all. My name is Gautam, and I'm a Vedic astrologer, and I do Vedic astrology readings based on the planetary energies which are there in the horoscope and which kind of impacts your life. I also do palm readings, signature analysis, the Feng Shui, which is the Vastu Shastra of the Indian version, and many more things. So in today's session right now we are going to discuss a lot of things. At the end of the video I'm going to show you and I'm going to give you one tip with the help of which you can see your own palm, you can read your own palm, and you can check your own palm, and you can see whether things are going to work in your favor in terms of if you're thinking about starting your own business. So how will be your business, how will be money in your life? We can certainly check this thing in palm, and which we'll discuss this towards the end of the video. First, let's discuss about how astrology really works in your life related to your business and the major areas of your life. So I would like to request Michelle, if you have any questions, you can just ask any question, and I
Yeah.
would be happy to answer it.
This topic came to me because I found it so interesting. Each time I've had a Vedic astrology reading, you're one of 2 astrologers who's read my chart, and you didn't know me. Now we know each other. We're getting to know each other very well. But back then, when my chart was initially read, it was amazing to me that astrologers knew so much about me and that I was already doing all of the things that I was supposed to do. So I guess that would be my first question. Does it
Mhm.
really matter to see the chart? It seems to me like we just live our life the way astrology is guiding us anyway, and those things just happen. You told me that I would be in teaching and spirituality, and health. So is it even helpful to get the astrology reading? What would you say to someone, or how is it that we just fulfill our destinies anyway? Or is there sometimes some situations where people are on the wrong path for their chart and astrology can help get them to where they will be happier? How does that work?
Of course, I mean that's kind of a really wonderful question or wonderful thought. Let's put some light. Let's try to understand firstly that in the last year and a half, life was very uncertain for many of us. We were not knowing that what's going to happen tomorrow at our workplace. We didn't knew what's going to happen, what's the next stage, or what's going to happen with our business. So life was very, very much uncertain, and whenever there is uncertainty, there is a bigger possibility in life. Astrology, and specifically Vedic astrology, gives excellent guidance related to what are the possibilities, the bigger possibilities in your life. Now, how does Vedic astrology works is, in the scope of entire Vedic astrology, we have 9 planets starting from Sun, Moon, we have Jupiter, Mars, and every planet have some kind of impact in our life related to our business, related to our relationship, related to our health, and so on. So, Vedic astrology works really good in terms on showing you the path at which you can succeed in your life. And when we talk about career, that becomes one of the major areas of our life. Career becomes one of the foundation which decides a lot of things that kind of decides how happy are we going to live. Career decides, how will be the overall happiness around you in your family and your community. So whenever we talk about career, and if in case we want to see that whether you will be able to successfully start your own business, or how will be your entrepreneurship journey in your life, then astrology gives you that, the roadway or the roadmap. It decides the path in your life, and it gives you excellent guidance. And here I am to, provide you the excellent guidance related to what is the, overall work pattern in your life, or what will be karma in your life. To understand astrology and to understand the Vedic astrology, which explains what will be the exact karma in your life. And in my scope of consultations, I am, kind of really able to help people with setting their roadmap, or setting their career path in life. So astrology gives like very good idea about this thing.
Can you explain what you mean by karma? Because I think sometimes people in the West can have a different idea of what karma means. And I think I understand what you're talking about, but I think that might be a good thing to explain briefly.
Karma specifically is associated with the, what overall the well-being, or how overall the life of the person will be. And karma specifically also means that, what is the reason of your birth. So every one of us is born with some reason in this life. And to understand this reason of our birth, Vedic astrology, which is, the most traditional form of Indian astrology, which was invented around approximately like 6,000 years back, gives excellent idea about what is your karmic path in this life. And your karmic path can be decided based on what is the dominating planet in your chart. So as I said, like we have 9 different planets. Every planet is associated, or I can put in this way, that every planet signifies some kind of karmic energies, or rather some kind of career path. So, for example, if you have a very strong dominating Jupiter in your chart, that signifies that you are going to do very good in the business of entire holistic business, Reiki business. You will be, blessed with a lot of abundance, and at the same time, you will also, own your own business. You will have a lot of business connections from long distance and so on. Likewise, we have all different planets, which signifies some kind of karmic path, and which signifies some kind of, the career path. And my astrology consultations makes it very clear to you to decide, what are you meant for me, what will be your career options going forward in 2021. What should you exactly do if you're unclear about, what life is going to give you in terms of surprises, or in terms of anything related to career. Then, astrology, Vedic astrology gives you the perfect idea, and shows you the, it's like a light, it's a lamp. It gives you the direction in which you should move in life.
Can I ask you a personal question, Gautam?
Sure.
Does your astrological chart tell you that you would do well in astrology? What does that look like?
Okay, yeah. So with regards to astrology, as I said, certainly my chart does, signifies a lot of things which I should do. And just to give a small example, I started my astrology career in 2010. It's been 10 years I'm doing astrology readings. I'm, teaching astrology to my students worldwide. I'm practicing it. I'm doing research in it, and also at the same time I'm kind of updating myself year on year, and diving deep into it and studying it, because astrology is like an ocean, and I have just kind of uh, tasted the water, and the entire ocean is ahead of us. So learning should never stop. That is which I feel in our scope of, life. Certainly my chart, when I had my first reading back in 2005 with my first guru, he had pointed out that, Gautam, you are going to get into such a work, or your karma is such that you are going to help others, you are going to get into consultation business, you are going to disseminate, or you are going to spread knowledge across the world. And astrology can become one path on which you can really work on. So, and I was at the same time, I was fascinated with astrology since I was 16 years old. I was just a teenager, and I was fascinated with this entire, how palmistry works, how does stars impact my life, and so on. So 2005, I decided to, kind of, okay, I should get into such a career path. And 2010, it was 2010 when I, started professionally getting into astrology. So certainly my charts, my planetary energy certainly says that astrology is something which I should have done and I should do in my entire life.
And you could have been successful consulting in a different but similar capacity? Like this was one path that would work for you? Or is it pretty clear that like astrology would be a path that you would follow?
Uh, so what happens is, in astrology, as I said, we all have one particular planet, and that planet is very important in your birth chart. If you know what that planet is, and if you can understand about that planet, you can really excel in many areas of your life. So, my, when I studied astrology, I was also able to understand that what the planet is, and I was able to divert myself on that career path, or karma path. So, likewise, Jupiter is a planet of knowledge, understanding, wisdom. Then also there are other planets like Mercury, which is a planet of communication, and we have to communicate to clients. I have to communicate to a lot of clients across the world. So the combination of these planets led me into this amazing field, or amazing path of astrology and helping others.
So you and I maybe have some similarities in that part of our chart then, because our work is kind of similar.
Exactly. I was just going to come on that. I think we had a reading of yours long back. And Michelle, in your chart as well, you have a very strong dominating Jupiter, which is the planet of wisdom, which is the planet of spirituality, which is also the planet of, spreading the light of your knowledge and wisdom around the world. And I believe you live in Belleville, Ontario, but you have connections with people from all around, everywhere on this earth. So
Yeah.
that was only possible because of that Jupiter. So that's what I am saying, that if you know what the planet is in your chart, and if you're able to understand the planet with some professional astrologer, and if you can divert your energies in that path, you will succeed your life. I have personally seen my clients taking astrology consultations and improving their life up to 30 to 40% within like 2 months of time, because they know, they get conscious, they get enlightened with what they are meant for and what they should do, and accordingly
It
they
gives
get benefits.
it gives them the confidence to make the decisions, the things. It's like it sounds like their heart is pulling them towards something. So for some of the people that might be watching this video, a lot of them are students of mine, or they might be thinking of being students. Getting an astrology reading would help them to know, like, yeah, you want to do this for a reason because it is your purpose. Or they might see something, they might learn something through astrology that might say it will be very difficult for them. Is that true?
Yes, that's absolutely true. Because through astrology reading, they can really learn um, about what will be the karmic path. At the same time, in an hour's astrology consultation, 1 hour, they can really uh, understand what are the do's and don'ts which they can do in their life. So that kind of knowledge is very important, that I should know that what are the do's, what are the don'ts. If I understand what, if something is not good for me, and if I don't dip my hands in that area, then I will be safe.
So are there any other planets that you might see with regards to career that would indicate that someone could be successful in the holistic health field? Or is it mostly like Jupiter, or what other planets might you see that might work for people?
We have 9 planets, starting from the sun until we have Saturn. Every planet signifies something related to holistic health industry or holistic health field. If I see Jupiter and Moon are very important because Moon is associated with fertility, Moon is associated with mind, Moon is associated also with children's. So Moon is important. Jupiter is kind of very important for holistic. You also need South Node, which is one planet, along with Mercury and Sun for a very successful Reiki career. So if you have these combinations in your chart, you can become world's best Reiki master, in fact, grandmaster. So these are some combinations. Apart from that, we also have Sun which signifies fame. So you are into a career, you are working really hard, but if you have a very good promising Sun in your chart, then you can get like a global fame. You can become very famous in the country, in the province which you are living in. So every planet is important, but predominantly Jupiter, Moon, South Node, Mercury, and Sun. These are like the five most primary planets out of the nine, all the planets.
And their relationship with each other, or where they are in the chart, I guess, is going to also dictate sort of where somebody will go with their business, because somebody could be a reflexologist and work in somebody else's clinic, and serve lots of people, but they're not going to be the one building the business. But somebody else's chart, because of some other relationship between those planets, they might be the one who runs the clinic, for example, or becomes the teacher, or it depends, right, how far they will take it and what that path will look like.
Exactly. So the first step, which is I check what are the planets, and the second step is in which zodiac sign the planets are. What is the moon sign? What is the sun sign? What is the ascendant, rising? What is the rising sign of the chart? So these are other elements which I have to focus in my reading, and based on all these permutations and combinations, I am able to derive, okay, whether the person will be self-employed. Okay, so you have a reflexology business. Will you own your own studio? Will you have one studio? Will you have 10 studios? Will you have franchisee of studios? I mean, 50 studios in Canada. It all depends upon these permutations and combinations. At the end, it depends upon what planets you have and what are the other combination, what are the other planets, and so lot of things basically in the permutation combination part.
So it sounds like it is a very good idea for people to have a personal one-on-one reading with you before they make these big decisions if they're unsure.
Exactly. I mean, readings will kind of really, it helps to decide. It's a deciding factor for many of us.
Excellent. Okay, so we'll make sure that we get you linked up on the bythemoon.ca website so that people can find you easily. Where else can people find you online? Did you want to talk about your the other channels that you use and other ways they can learn more about astrology with you, Gautam?
Of course. So I have my Vedic astrology channel on YouTube by the name Astroscience, and you can find me over there. You can learn more about palmistry videos and astrology videos, and a lot of videos I do on my YouTube channel. So you can learn from there.
Okay, you promised us a little bit of palm reading. What can we see in our own hand that would give us some insight into our path with our work?
So, in order to check how will be over our career path, and in order to check whether you will be self-employed or no, you have to simply check firstly the shape of the palm. If the shape of your palm is square, that signifies that you will be excellent entrepreneur in your life.
What
Apart from
is
this is slightly elongated. Michelle has slightly elongated. It's bit of rectangular shape of palm. But if I see the core palm, it is bit square also. So you are a mix of square and rectangle. So you will be into your own business. At the same time, you will be in the business of teaching and also sharing your knowledge and wisdom. So you will be doing a lot of things, multitasking skills, but predominantly a square palm is like excellent shape for self-employment, and having your own business. And if I talk about the color of your palm, just check if the color of your palm is pink, then you will become very rich with whatever business you do, whatever work you do. Money will be, flowing in your life. You will be blessed with a lot of abundance if your palm color is pink, or slight red and pink.
So this is not a lot of pink.
This is slightly red and pink.
A little.
Checking the palm color live in person, gives more impact than online. But yeah, I do palm readings also. When people they share the pictures, high definition pictures of the palm, and then I am able to analyze it. So coming back to the color, pink is the best color. Red is also one of the very good color, because red signifies your energy levels. Red signifies that you'll be very proactive in your work. It signifies you're going to kind of really put in your 100% efforts to get the required or desired success in your life. So square palm plus pink or red color is what you need to be a self-employed and excellent business acumen.
Fascinating. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. This is really fun.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Thank you.